After taking advantage of the last bit of morning shade Fisher Towers provides, we packed up and hit the road. Today was going to be another long travel day. After visiting Onion Creek, one of our favorites, we headed off an area that was new to us. Evidence of the underground salts can be seen on the shores of Onion Creek where the water is dried. Stinking Spring, which feeds Onion Creek, has a really strong sulfur smell, and this is how Onion Creek got its name. After Onion Creek, we visited an area that neighbors Arches National Park. This is where we would try to find camp for the night. Evidence of the harsh realities of desert life were all around us. After an hour or so of driving the trail, we came across the ruins of an old mine. There were two structures, along with some artifacts left behind, and over the hillside was the entrance to a mine. It was time to stop and explore, get the cameras out, and take some photos. One of the buildings was in surprisingly good shape, while the other one was struggling to hold itself together. I set up the Mamiya RB67 to get some photos. I really like how this photo turned out. Lomo 400 doesn't get a lot of love, but I really like it. I usually shoot Lomo 400 at an ISO of 320 at the recommendation of a friend. I also like this shot of the cabin on HP5. Exploring these cabins are like stepping back in time. Inside there was a table, an old cupboard with some tin cans, and what was left of it looks like a mattress spring. So there's this really cool old cupboard. Just got some cans and things on it. Inside what's left of this small cabin. So I'm going to try to capture a photo of it. It's really creepy when the wind blows the metal outside the building. Again, I think Lomo 400 does a good job of capturing the feeling of this scene. So that shot was on Lomo 400. The dreaded double exposure that's possible with the Mamiya RB67. I was told that if I shoot this camera long enough, this would happen. Also going to get a shot. This shot on HP5 might be one of my favorites of the entire trip. I just love the tones and textures that was captured on the film. Sorry about all the wind noise, but it's a little breezy out here on this side of this hill, but there's this really cool, on this cabin here, it looks like there used to be a workbench or something. There's some cans and glass and things like that on it, and I think it looks pretty cool. The exposure set here, the composition. Another winner from this day. I could have spent all day shooting this area. Don't think I'll get this one in color as well. I think black and white's good. Exploring over the hillside, we found the entrance to the mine. The door was open, so we helped ourselves. It's crazy to think people used to spend their day hauling rocks out of this hillside. Back on the road, we started heading towards where we thought we might find camp for the night. But there was still one more stop to make along the way. The clouds were really starting to build, and I was hoping the rain would hold off until we at least made it to camp. Earlier in the video, I mentioned that the area that we were exploring neighbored Arches National Park. It just so happened that in this area there was an unnamed arch, and it was all ours to explore. After an hour or so of driving, we finally reached the campsite. The campsite was located on a dead-end canyon road. When we got there, we had a sneaking suspicion we weren't alone. Now we could either stay here and camp next to Shallow Grave Susan.
I don't think so. No, 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 no. I don't think so. No, 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 no. It's never, ever, 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 ever gonna happen.
Or we could drive the 3 hours back out to Fisher Towers, where we would have a better starting point for the next day's adventure. We decided to do that. As soon as we got off the trail, we drove through some really heavy rain. We even witnessed a small flash flood crossing the roadway. But when we got back to camp, as the sun was breaking through the clouds, we retreated to a rainbow. The next morning, we were on our way to one of our favorite places, Chicken Corners. But to get there, we had to go over Hurrah Pass. Descending from Hurrah Pass, the landscape starts to change again. The views from this road really are epic. And there, next to the Colorado River, is a memorial to Chief Deputy Sheriff Joseph Hills Johnson. So this is kind of cool. Apparently, there was a Chief Deputy Sheriff, Joseph Hills Johnson, who died at this spot on December 30th, 1927. If I remember right, I think I looked this up. He was on a horse, and he fell from his horse, and the fall from the horse is what killed him. He's not buried here, but this is a memorial to him. And this is our third year camping in this area, and we always stop and pay tribute to the deputy sheriff. And I'll see if I can dig up some other information in the video for it, but it's the first time I've ever shot film on it, and I don't know, it just really kind of speaks to me. There's an old saddle here, cowboy hat, some bullets, some money, some other little knickknacks, and then these boots. So saddle is definitely showing a lot more wear and weather over the last few years. But the boots, the hat, the saddle, I thought made a pretty cool shot. So finally got some nice blue sky here in Moab. It's not stereotypical to have clouds and rain, but the last few days there's been a lot of clouds and rain, and figured this would be the perfect time to break out the Ektar. Joseph Hills Johnson was Chief Deputy Sheriff of Grand County, Utah. He was born December 2nd, 1895, and was the 12th of 14 children. He married Ruth Westwood on December 31st, 1916. Together, they were the parents of 6 children. Their last child, Lauren, was born a few months after his death. He died on December 30th, 1927, when his horse stumbling in a hole near the Colorado River as he was riding after some cattle. His neck was broken and his skull fractured during the fall. The accident was reported by his nephew, who was with him at the time of the fall. Services were held January 2nd, 1928. He was 33 years old when he passed. One of the things I love about the Mamiya RB67 is that you can change backs on it so quickly and easily and get the same shot in maybe a couple different emulsions and just kind of see what works best for you, see what you like best. So the first shot I took was on Lomo 400 and then HP5. Now I want to kind of get the same thing on Ektar. Need to drop the exposure down a little bit. The wind was really kicking here a second ago, so I'm glad it slowed down a little bit. Wasn't sure if you'd even be able to hear me. We will certainly appreciate the breeze tonight. It's in the 90s and it is warm. All right. Out of all 3 shots, I think the Ektar is my favorite. So just to give you an idea of how hot it is out here today, I use my phone for filming, and I've got a black phone, black case, which could be some of the problem, but in taking the shots of the sheriff, my phone said it got so hot that it went into emergency mode and shut down. Said I needed to cool it down before I could use it again. So came around the corner, just past where we're camping, sit up here in the shade a little bit. Feels a lot better. Let the phone cool down, do some filming, but should still be able to kind of see what I'm doing here to capture this shot. I don't know if the camera picks it up or not, but there's some really interesting blue and green hues down in the greenery that's right next to the Colorado River. So I think I'm going to sit up here and get a shot. And we were treated to an impromptu side-by-side parade. I swear we can come out here sometimes and not see anyone for days, and then other times you get that. Okay, maybe we'll try this over here. It's this awesome rock formation here. You can't see it on the camera, but it's kind of rounded, shaped by the wind. It's really cool. So let's try to get this shot off before the side-by-sides come back. We are kind of fortunate. This is an out and back trail. All right, let's see if we can get this shot before camera shuts off again. Just another reason, folks, to love analog technology. As we fell asleep underneath the watchful eye of the towering rocks, we contemplated the adventures awaiting us the next day.